Hey, what is going on, SMT Nation? It's your boy, the SMT. We're looking at a topic today, and this is obviously going to be a really, really big auction, with the T-Mobile build out of the network, and obviously they've got this huge integration process that they're going through with the Sprint merger, and then you have AT&T and Verizon who are going to be very involved in this next couple of auctions. We see huge implications across the entire marketplace. So the C-band auction, it could potentially change what's going to be happening in wireless for the better part of the next decade. So analysts are raising the monetary forecast for the auction. It's now pushing all the way through, $35 billion on the high end, and the lower end around $26 billion. So very interesting that they've increased this. Previously, it was slated as possibly generating $23.5 billion. So for those of you that aren't really aware about what this auction means and what this frequency is, 3.7 gigahertz, there's going to be 280 megahertz in licenses. This spectrum is very powerful. It's very clean in terms of interference and deployment. Does not have a shared access characteristic like CBRS does with general access, segment, and incumbents, and so on. It's obviously high powered, which is ideal for transmission via macro sites and large tower sites. The expectation is that big wireless is going to be spending the most money here, namely Verizon. Expect them to be ultra aggressive in the early parts of the auction for that first 100 megahertz. They'll be addressing their major market needs. A lot of people are saying those first 46 out of the 50 big markets will be taken care of during that time. So, you think about AT&T, obviously there's legitimate concerns. Their balance sheet is what they refer to it as. Their debt is a real problem. 150 to 160 billion in debt could really hamstring them. I still expect them to walk away with a nice chunk of spectrum, but is that going to be enough to set them back? And then in T-Mobile's case, they don't really need much. They may just be filling the gaps where their 2.5 holdings are not very strong. So with the Sprint merger, having all this 2.5 gigahertz, they may only be addressing a few markets. Otherwise, from what we understand, they're going to try to artificially raise pricing for the other carriers. Maybe they have some markets where they're going to snag up 20 or 40 megahertz, but we're expecting their involvement to be limited, if any. Now, phase one of auction for C-band is going to include the first 100 megahertz of spectrum will be for the 46 of the top 50 populated markets in the country. It will be available for deployment as of December 2021, so exactly 1 year from the auction date. Phase two, we're talking about December of 2023. So what exactly is the holdup there? Really, that's a decommissioning restriction, from satellite operations. Home ISPs and licensing companies, they're expecting somewhere between like 15% or less, maybe 12 to 15% of total spending in C-band. They're expecting like $4 billion in total revenue, the low end kind of being like $3.5 billion. Verizon, specifically, they're talking about maybe spending $12 billion. So if that's the expectation, that seems fair. Some are actually, analysts are, they're expecting more, like $16 billion, which is incredible. That's a big winner in phase one if they do, spend that much. So phase two is probably going to be more mixed. I think T-Mobile is probably going to go bargain hunting there for some good value and getting extra spectrum. They're also going to be freeing up some money over the course of the next year through like note offerings of $4 billion, increasing their revolver values up to $5.5 billion from $1.5 billion. So the fact that they would have that extra money and spending may mean that they would be much more active in phase two of the auction. Now let's throw in a little bit of Dish analysis here. Dish went pretty national with CBRS. What do they do with C-band? I don't know. Maybe some markets. Trying to build out a nationwide 5G network with just $10 billion. I'm sure that's challenging. In terms of CBRS, it was less attractive to big wireless compared to C-band. So that is our expectation that they really go in big. And then, you think about that lower power situation. CBRS low power, C-band high power, much more attractive to big wireless. Cable companies probably won't go big in C-band. Being county-based being, these large PEAs, in terms of the basis of the stretch. So it's more for wireless, right? It's more wireless friendly. Just to keep it, so you guys know, put this date on your calendars. December 8th, C-band will be auctioned. So what are your expectations? Tell me what you think Verizon's going to do out of that phase 1 and phase 2. Tell me what you think AT&T is going to do. Do you think the same way as me? Maybe T-Mobile getting more involved in phase 2? I mean, it could be a number of things. I just want to hear your predictions, as we are now officially, rounding up into Q4. We're heading into October, and that auction's getting mighty close. So in the comment section, let me know your thoughts and opinions on these analysts, what they say, my predictions. Go ahead, the voice of the people, the SMT Nation. Let your voice be heard. Thank you all for taking this opportunity to watch the SMT YouTube channel. If you appreciated this video and found it informative, please do rate this video, give it a thumbs up, share it to all your favorite social media platforms. If you are new, first time here, consider subscribing, activate that bell notification icon so you never miss an upload from the SMT. And do check out some of the links in the description box. There's ways to donate. We have the link to the SMT Patreon page, the Twitter handle @SneedTech, where we also do Periscope Lives. And here are some other videos that I did hand select for you all to check out if you're not ready to leave the SMT YouTube channel just yet. Anyways, again, thank you for being here to watch. I am the SMT. Have a great rest of the day, and we'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.